Have you heard? In 2020, Getty will discontinue to offer rights managed stock photography. And believe it or not, one of their reasons I agree with. Welcome to my photography business channel. My name is Rosh, and this channel is all about supporting you with your photography business. So be sure to subscribe. Getty will discontinue to offer rights managed photography for businesses. It will continue to offer the rights managed model in the editorial world, but as for business, it's going to all change. Rights managed usage used to be the gold standard for photography usage. Now over time, it has slowly gone out of favor for other models, mainly because of the internet. But in the past, and even a little bit today, companies would download or request specific images from a stock agency or even a photographer. We'll get into that in a moment. And there would be a contract related to the use of that image. In other words, there were managed rights to using that image. You couldn't just use that image anywhere. You could use it maybe for a specific period of time or in a specific way, maybe a certain amount of distribution, but there was a limit. You couldn't just use the images unlimited, which seems to be more the standard today. Now I know many photographers are thinking, yeah, but the rights managed model pays a lot more, and that's why they're getting rid of this option, and that very well may be part of the reason. A photographer, according to PD Pulse and my experience, can make 30, 40, and sometimes 50% in the rights managed model, where they'll make maybe only around 20, maybe 25% in the current unlimited royalty-free model. Now this is where I agree with Getty from a business point of view, and probably you should agree with this idea too. And it's not about paying photographers less. That I don't agree with. However, I do agree with making it easier to do business. And if you have a complex pricing model in this day and age, it's not going to go over very well. People have other choices, easy access, other choices. So you want to make your pricing system extremely easy to understand. Now that's why I like the per image pricing model and not the hourly model. I like to put the value on the image and not my time. And so people know when I say that maybe for local usage, that's rights management, I'm saying local usage, but unlimited local usage, and that's where the real difference is today. There's a lot more unlimited availability, but maybe within a specific. Maybe there's only one thing that you're managing, or two things that you're managing, versus a whole list of things people can and cannot do. So you need to keep it as simple as possible. So when I say it's $300, $500 for that image to be used as you wish, there you go. It's done. It's easy. They understand it. Versus saying, unless you want to use it next year. Or if you decide to use it on the web, although you were just planning on using it in billboards, you have to charge, we'll have to charge you more. Yeah. And you know what? People don't want to deal with that. I understand the traditional models. I get it. I understand that copyright is extremely valuable and you should keep your copyrights. I'm not saying give your copyrights away. However, you have to roll with the times. The times have changed. And the way photography worked 10 years ago, 20 years ago is different than it is today, and it's always changing. It was different 50 years before that. So to think it's just going to stay the same always, well, it's not going to work for you. You're going to get left behind. But you can do things to keep control over your imagery, which you should do. You should certainly copyright your images by sending them to copyright.gov. There are still many things you can do to manage the rights of your images, but it's more like rights management light these days. Don't give it all away. Be sure you have an understanding of how people are going to use them, but don't make it difficult to do business. So what do you think? Is Getty just trying to pay photographers less? Or should you take a cue from Getty and actually make it easier to do business? I'll see you in the next video.